Welcome to Unraveled Game Thoughts. And I decided today I would grab my trusty pen and show you Dinosaur Island Rawr and Write. I think I found this, somebody was getting rid of it on Facebook Marketplace, and I'm a sucker for dinosaur themed games. I don't necessarily think they're all great. I just like the theme, and probably because I'm like a 5-year-old in reality in an adult body. But Dinosaur Island Roll and Write looked like a fairly more complex roll and write that I thought would be fun to try. So picked it up from a guy in our local gaming group on Facebook, and just got it to the table yesterday. I think yesterday was the first day I played it, maybe the day before. But I played it a couple times and thought I would do this video. So this is a very easy game to engage. The rule book actually feels thicker than what the game really entails, so I wonder if that could have been a thinner rule book. But there are a few things you have to know as you're going through the game. So I don't want to go into a great detailed explanation, but the first thing we'll just do setup. Let's just do setup. You have a pretty good sized deck of cards here. You're only going to use 3 of these cards. So the variability in this game is reasonable. Even though the gameplay itself is not quite as variable, you're going to have different starting options each game. For instance, these buildings, and then there are 3 specialists that are just normal basic specialists you can get on your sheet, but then there's this other deck of extra special specialists that you can add to, that you can purchase during the game for your park to do even better. So that is the setup. I'm using my pen. I used a pencil. There are actually 4 pencils that come in the box, which is kind of nice. And they are these dinosaur erasers that came with the game too, which is kind of cool because I needed them. I'm going to be real daring and use a pen this time, which could be a huge mistake. This is the AI deck. I don't know that you would. I didn't read the rules for multiplayer. I'm not sure if you would actually use these. But what I do is I draw 5, and actually they're going to be like this because on the bottom you have the AI cards, and then on the bottom are objectives. And these are the objectives I can go for during the game. And so it's a little bit of a, what's going to be the thing that's easiest to go for. This requires 3 buildings. And there are 3 buildings. I believe you can only build each building once. And these are attractions. So I'd have to build all 3 buildings, which I feel like is fairly challenging. It depends on the buildings. So in this case, we have a Triceratops ring toss, which we have to attach to an herbivore paddock. Oh, you would only attach it to 1 herbivore paddock. For as many dinosaurs as are in that paddock, you can get more excitement for your park, which is kind of nice. The Welcome Center, which gives me an immediate excitement, security, and road. And then I can get 2 in-game victory points per dinosaur type in my park, I'm thinking. I don't think that's per dinosaur. I think it's per dinosaur type. Paddock. Per paddock of any type. So I guess that's per paddock. So it's basically per dinosaur type. They're up to 9. That could be 18 points. And that's 1 per every 2 security I have in my park for the security hub. Cost 6, cost 8, cost 8. So they're fairly expensive. The other thing I got to do is I got to figure out my cost here. So that first one costs 6. So what I'm going to do is essentially shade in everything except for the 6 coins that costs. And then down here on the bottom, it's 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to shade in all but the 8 for the 2 buildings below. And then I do the same thing for the specialist here. One of them, the first one costs 5. Don't have to shade anything in for that. These next two cost 3. So I'm going to shade those in. Well, this guy gives me coins for attractions. This guy gives me excitement for those. That guy gives me excitement for paddock, but my goals, my end game goals are kind of either for getting paddocks or getting stuff, getting the attractions. So I wonder if it wouldn't be better to knock out these two, maybe go for herbivores, and see if we can accomplish a little bit. So anytime I complete an objective, I'd immediately discard it. So what we do is we just take these lovely AI cards here that we didn't use. We chose 5, we picked 3 that we want to keep, and then we put the rest back in here, and that's our AI deck. And that's setup right there. There's not a whole lot to it. The only other thing I'm forgetting here is that I get 1 of each basic DNA to start the game with, which if I'm trying to build all the other games I played, I really got a lot of different dinosaurs and ended up with a lot of threat. But this game, I'm gonna go for herbivores, see what happens. So I'm drawing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I gotta draw 6 dice randomly out of the bag. We're gonna roll them. I did not bring my dice tray, so we're just gonna do that, and then we turn over one of the AI cards. I'll try to put it here so it's visible on the screen. So this one says, I've lined these dice up 1 to 6. This one says I take dice 3 and dice 5. They are removed, and then I cover up those action spaces on my board. Now, I can still take those action spaces. I just have to put a dice on top of them. And if the dice has threat, so for instance, extract DNA, the dice that's here has 2 threat. If I decide to extract DNA anyway, despite an action being there, I'm going to have to gain 2 threat in order to do that action. So that's one of the neat things about this game, is there's no real blocking, because you can still just take some threat and do it. But I also don't want to take a ton of threat if I can avoid it. So the next choice I have to make is 2 of these die I am going to get. And I'm going to there's 3 rounds. You're going to collect die, take actions twice, and then you'll run your park and see how you did. And then you'll do the same thing. You'll rinse and repeat that 3 times. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 park exits. You're only going to be able to go out 3 of those exits during the course of the game at all. You won't be able to get, I need my coffee over here, so I'm going to swing and get that. You're not going to be able to exit every exit over the course of the game, because there's just not enough, you don't run your park enough to do that. But a lot of it is just trying to figure out how am I going to do this. Now I need to get these if I'm going to meet these objectives, and I didn't get any dice with those. I can go to this spot and get some of those, which I may do at some point. I'm going to need roads at some point. But I also want to at least create that paddock up there, which I think would be very helpful. And I'm going to need money and maybe some security too, just to get going. So just trying to figure out what is the best way to get money first, because money is usually a really good, it's very, very helpful. So I think I'm going to grab this 2 money die, and I'm going to need to make some dinosaurs, but I'm planning to make mostly basic dinosaurs. I'm debating, should I just wait on that? I am thinking, I do want to make Triceratops. So I think I am going to go ahead and get that die. Takes 3 thread away. And so now between these last 2 die, I pick one and the other one I have to take the threat. So I think I'm going to actually, ooh, I could take the threat off the board with that one. But this gives me a food court, which I need in my park. That is a tough choice. I think, man, it's really tempting to take that food attraction now because that's going to give me more money. But then this takes the threat off the table, which is also good. And this, and if I have to take one of these events, it's gonna cost me. It's gonna be tough. So I don't want to pass on the food. I'm gonna take the money. That way I pull the threat off. So this is going to be, and I immediately get the things that I want to do. So I want to get this dinosaur paddock built. So I'm gonna do 1, 2 for those 2 coins. I already, oh nope, I didn't. I'm gonna get this DNA, and I apologize, my cat has come into the room and is wanting attention. So actually, if you will pause, I'm gonna actually put him out. Let's see. I've got my materials. I got this. This dice goes back in the bag after choosing it. No additional threat because the die that I didn't choose did not have any threat on it. And so now I take these actions. And I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate that 2 die because money doesn't come by super easy. So I'm going to get 2 there. I don't want to, this immediate thing here doesn't happen. You know, I might hold off on that. Yeah, I might go ahead. I might go ahead and make up to 4 dinosaurs because we really want that. That thing. That Triceratops paddock. So if I put that, if I get that in here, then this is where the Triceratops would go, and that would work because I really want to get it to where I can let it run. So we're going to do up to 4 dinosaurs. We're going to do the Triceratops paddock here. We're going to have to spend a red and a blue DNA for 1 Triceratops. And I think that's going to give us 1 excitement. And I think we're going to have to do a Brachiosaurus. I think we're going to do that here. And that's going to give us, we're going to use this DNA. Whoops. It's going to be an Ankylosaurus, not a Brachiosaurus. So we're going to do that. That will give us another excitement. And yeah. I think that is that. Now I can go back and do this. I really want to get more out of that. So I could do 2 from there, but I don't want to build the paddock just yet. So the other 2, because I'm doubling this die face, the other 2, what do I want to put them toward? You know, I think we might as well start working on our security chief. So we'll do 2 coins from him to get that up. I think is all. So then we just collect the die. We're going to move forward a space. Next round we'll be running our park, but for now, that's what we're doing. And then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So even though I could have made up the 4 dinosaurs, I only had the DNA to make 2, sadly. But at the beginning of the game, you start with very few resources, so making the most of everything is kind of the kicker. All right, so we're going to turn this over. We're going to take die 1 and 5. We cannot gather DNA, and we cannot duplicate. So that goes there. And let's see, what do we want to do? I could get a security. There's a couple of DNA, but I don't really need the advanced DNA because I'm not planning to make advanced dinosaurs this round, or at least until later. I would love to get at least a couple more dinosaurs before I wrap up that park. So I really need basic DNA for that. This one is a good one. I think I'm going to take that die because I need red for the Triceratops. I'm going to need another blue at some point. Might have to take a threat for that one. But I will take the red, and I get a road, which I am going to place here because I know that when I build this other thing, it's going to connect it's going to connect that with the Triceratops thing, which is what I want. All right, so the next trick is, do I get security or do I get something else? I can't get a coin. I kind of think maybe getting a security would not hurt. Yeah, it has to be an herbivore paddock, and I've already put Triceratops in there, so that's not going to make a difference. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for the security because security is worthwhile. And then of these two, I got to pick one, and then I'm going to take, there is a threat. I'm either taking 1 threat or I'm taking 2 threat. I'd rather have more DNA than less, so I will take 2 threat and put those in there, and then I will get this DNA and this 1 advanced DNA for maybe a dinosaur down the road. And then those 2 go in the bag, and now I take actions. Now this is where I'm going to be running my park next, and so I want to get all the things that I need to get. We could go ahead and build that dinosaur paddock. That'd give us a little bit of excitement, but not as much as we want. We'd have to take a threat to get a DNA, but I get 2 basic DNA, which would actually be pretty handy. But I can't do that and make the dinosaurs. So there is that as well. Okay. Man. These are some fairly crunchy decisions early on in the game. I think I want to get the most excitement from that Tyrannosaurus paddock and sort of set myself up for later in the game. I'm about to run the park, which means if I'm going to get to one of these exits, it's going to have to be quick. It's going to have to be quick. And right now, running my park, I won't get anything. So let's see. Now we could duplicate the die face. The duplicate die face doesn't cost us anything to duplicate. which is kind of nice. But we don't have a lot to duplicate that's going to help us. But I could duplicate security, but I could just do 2 security there as well. So that's not the most helpful. But if I duplicate this one, that's 2 roads and 2 DNA. That one is actually pretty good. So I am going to, we're going to do a road here, and we'll do a road here away from that, and then we'll get 2 DNA there. That's not bad. That's not bad. Now we still have a little bit of security issues, so we could go after that. We could at least get a merchandise, which gives us more stuff, or we could go after food, which gives us money. Or I could just get 2 coins. You know what? That might be the best option, is if I go after 2 coins, then I get 1 coin will immediately give me 2 security. So I'll do that. That gets my security up. And then when I run my park, I get another security. He's going to help me throughout the game. That's pretty helpful. And now I have 1 more coin left. Could build my dino park. That gives me some excitement, gives me some more stuff. It's not bad. And you only have 3 rounds in this game, so it's very tight as far as, you know, trying to make sure you're getting everything you can out of the die that you're going to get. What is going to give me the most bang for my buck? You know, I think I don't want to, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and build this deal here. And that's going to let me draw this dinosaur exhibit, or this building, which immediately I have 1 Triceratops in there. So I am going to get 2 excitement, which will at least generate a coin on my run through. And then it's worth 3 points at the end of the game. So it's not a ton of points for end game. I would have liked to have gotten more excitement, but it's at least gets me. It'll be 2 things I get an X on when I run through my park, so that's helpful. That's more excitement. All right, so that is my park run. Now I'm going to run my park, and so I have to figure out, where do I want to do my tour? Well, I'm going to do my tour through here, which means this building gets toured and this building gets toured. We don't get out an exit, unfortunately. So that means, what did we have up here? We did not have any attractions. Our security chief does give us a singular security on his deal. And then we get 1 for each unmarked. Okay, we already did that. We marked it with an X. And we got our 2. That was the 2 for that. So I put 2 X's on those, so they have been toured. That gives us 2 more excitement, and then we get our excitement here, which is going to give us 1 basic DNA. We're going to get 1 coin. Trying to decide what is going to be the most beneficial. We need to get park attractions. Immediately get excitement. Immediately get excitement. What's going to give me the most bang for my buck for this coin? That's for that security hub. That won't be bad. And I'm getting a lot of security, so I might, well, he immediately gives me some excitement. I think I'm going to go with the tour guide because he's going to help me with the roads. So I'm going to get the tour guide with the coin. I get another security. So I am good on security. I'm probably not going to have to worry about people being eaten. And then we go to the next round. There is no death toll. That's usually the next part. but my security is higher than my threat, so no deaths. And we just mix these up in the bag, and we're going to go do the second round of the game. 3, 4, 5, 6. And put these out randomly, and then we're going to draw a card, and dice 1 and 3 are coming off. That I could have used 1 for sure. So no making of dinosaurs. Well, I shouldn't say no making of dinosaurs. Gonna have to take threat for it. And that. So now what do I want? I've got some roads here. Roads are very good. I've got a little bit of DNA, but not a ton, and definitely not what I want. This was not the best dice pull. Let's just be honest about that. I think, wow, and lots of threat, just a ton of threat. Well, roads can be very beneficial, so we will get a road and we'll build it off of there. And I will go ahead and get a coin, and then we'll start getting our tour guide going a little bit more. And now I got to pick between these two. Well, I'm going to take the road again, and I think I'm going to just make this road longer so that I get closer to these here, and then I'm going to get 2 threat from that die. So these go in the bag, and now I have to decide what I want to do with these die. And I really, really need attractions. That is a desperate thing that I need. So the question, what's going to help me more, money or merchandise? I really need the merchandise because I need 4 of them to have a successful park here. So I am going to go here with the merchandise and we're going to get 1 there. And then we are going to duplicate our coin. 1 coin will give us a tour guide, which will give us 1, 2, 3 more excitement. And then whenever I run the tour, I get a couple roads, which is handy. Tour guides can be triggered in any way. And then I have another coin to use. That's advanced DNA. We really don't need the advanced DNA. I'm going to be going after the mascot. So I'm going to do that. And then we are going to roll again. This is not a park run phase. So we go to number 2 of round 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we'll shake these up. Drop them down and then put them out here. And we got to draw a card. 2 and 4 come out. 2 is going to go on making dinosaurs. 4 is going to go on DNA. Those are 2 things we really like, unfortunately. All right. And that took the die that had the merchandise. That would have been a really good die to get, which unfortunately it grabbed that. So we sort of have a fairly not great choice here. We could mitigate threat, but I'm not really that worried about the threat because my security chief, he's going to give me an extra deal when I run. Man, I could go for coin. Try to get a mascot. Yeah, I might as well grab the coin, which I will start paying for my mascot there. And let's see, what is my next catch going to be? Don't need the security, don't need that. I'm going to grab this because it's at least DNA that I know I can use eventually. So I'll do that, and then I got to pick between these two. I'm going to let my threat go up twice, and I'm going to take a security because that makes it all even out anyway. And then these two go back in the bag, and now I have to make some actions happen here. So I think I am going to go here. Oh, I was supposed to get a road and a coin, not just a coin. Question is, where would I have wanted a road? I would have probably put a road here. And so I'm going to do a merchandise now. And we'll do a merchandise there. And then I will gain 2 coins because I can get my mascot going. He's going to give me some, he gives me an immediate excitement, which I can use. And then I have 1 more coin to spend, which I am going to, do I want to store it? I'm thinking about storing it. I think I'm going to store a coin is what I'm going to do. And then I got to run my park. So we'll pull those off and we're going to run the park. So the first thing we do is our attractions. And right now we have two merchandise. So we pull from the dice that are in the bag, and we are going to pull 2, and we're going to roll them, and we're going to get whatever's on the die face. So what did we get? We got a blue DNA and a purple DNA, an advanced DNA, and then we get a road, which I am going to actually store that road. So that goes back in the bag, and then we do our security chief, who gives us that. Then we get 2 roads. I'm going to store those 2 roads because I don't need them yet. And then we get 1 excitement per merchandise booth that we have, and I have 2. So I'm going to do that. And then we're going to the next round because we didn't. We got to do a tour. So I am going to do the tour this way, and that's going to give me 2 more excitement to get through those buildings. I'll take it. And then I will get 1 basic DNA. I will get a coin. What am I going to go for? I think I'm going to go for the... actually, the ride operator might be the next best one to go for. So that's a coin. That's a security. Another basic DNA. We're going to do another coin. Get that ride operator going. We get another security. And then we get an advanced DNA. So I'll do that. And then we have our security's higher than our threat, so we don't worry about that. And then we just go to the next round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I am not thinking we're going to meet a ton of our goals here. Whoops. We'll just let that be number 1 and dump these and then get a card. And then 2 and 5 will come off. 2 goes to there. 5 goes to DNA making. All right. And then I got to pick some stuff. So what do we have that is helpful here? Well, no attractions, unfortunately, again. I will take the coin because the coin will immediately give me my ride operator, which will give me 1 excitement, and then I'll get 1 excitement per ride after this round, which is nice. Or 1 coin per ride, which can be helpful. Do I want another road? That takes away a lot of threat, which is kind of nice. But I could also gain one of these first. I think I'm going to go with the coin again and start knocking out the security hub as a possibility because it gives me some in-game points. So I'm going to do that. And then I will take the road and save it for now because I don't know where I want to put it. And I'll take one threat for that round. Oops. These come down here. These go in the bag. And then I forgot the die faced on that. I think it was this coin. Yeah. Was that the die face for that? I took a coin first, didn't I? There it is. No, that wasn't it. I think it was just a coin. Shoot. I can't remember. It wasn't something as useful as I wanted. I remember that. I can't remember the die face. I can't remember what I got. Pretty sure it was a coin. But I didn't think I got anything with the coin. Maybe that wasn't the right die. Anyway, all right. So I got 2 coins. That much I know. So the ride operator will give me a coin per attraction in my cart, but he gives me excitement per attraction in my park, or per merchandise in my park. So I think we will do 2 things. We will make another merchandise. Okay. We'll make another merchandise, which will get us some more stuff during that phase. And then we're going to make up to 4 dinosaurs. We really want Triceratops. 1, 2, 3. That fills up our Triceratops exhibit and gives us 1, 2, 3 more excitement. And then we want to, what do we want to do with that last one? Well, we could make a Brachiosaurus. We could do that. That'll work. And that's going to give us, I'm going to run that one. Where do I want to put the Brachiosaurus? You know, I'm going to put him here. He'll be already connected to a road. That won't hurt. We'll get another excitement. Very good. And then we'll collect and go on to, now I should have, let me make sure I've got the right number here. Yep, that's 4. So we're about to do our last deal. Don't know why I'm shuffling before I put them in a bag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm feeling pretty much like this is not going to be my best game. I don't know if it'll be my worst. I scored 62 points the first game, but I'm not feeling good about this one. Just not feeling it. All right, 1 and 6. Can't make dinosaurs. Well, we can make dinosaurs. Sorry, we have to do some threat for those. And that, and then what are we getting here? Still didn't get any, like I was hoping for a die face that would give me merchandise or attractions. I just never got it. That is unfortunate. We didn't even get coins this time, which I could have used to get some things moving up. Ankylosaurus is about all we're going to make, or we can make a big T-Rex to try to score some points. And we would need that and that, or these 2 don't match at all. What do I have the most of? Of course, the T-Rex stuff, or the Spinosaurus. So I could go Spinosaurus. I'm going to get one of those. And Do I go security or do I go to basic DNA? Well, I think I'm just going to get the security because I'm building that Spinosaurus. It'll help. We're going to get 2 threat, and I got to pick one of these. I'm going to get the basic, I suppose, for now, in case I want to go basic instead. Those go in the bag, and I get some actions. This is where it gets tricky. Now, making a dinosaur, it's going to cost me 3 threat because that's the die that's there. We could at least get 1 objective, which is not bad. And we don't know what's going to come out of the bag for the merchandise if we do that. Did I gain this last time? Oh yeah, I did. I haven't run my park. That's when I run the park I get that. All right, let's see. This is not great. This is not great. I've got 2 coins here. That can give me secure. I can use coins to buy advanced DNA, security, whatever. I don't like it. I'm gonna go ahead and take 3 threat. 1, 2, 3. See if I can get lucky here. And we're gonna make a dinosaur. I think we're going to make it here. Okay. We're going to make a Spinosaurus. Boop, boop. We're going to make 2 of them. So we'll X out both of those. That's going to give us 4 threat. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to get 6 excitement for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pretty big deal. And then I think I'm just going to, well, the other thing I have here is all these roads that I saved. So I can build a road there, I can build a road there, and I can build a road there. And that gives me some ability to move through my park a little bit. I can probably just use this one and build a road here so that I can kind of go through a bunch of buildings, which will be helpful on the run through. And I'm going to duplicate that die face for security. And we'll see where we're going there. That's going to give me 1, 2, 3, 4 security. And that's it. That is the deal. Now we're going to run our park. Let's see how we do with that. So merchandise, we've got 3. So we're going to pull 3 dice out of this bag and roll them. We did not get any of our objectives, which weren't worth, honestly, a ton of points. Let's see. What can we do? Oh, maybe we will. We got, what? Excuse me. Ooh, we got a merchandise. So I am going to pop that in here. And pop that in there. That gives us 1 more merchandise. We've already run it, so we don't get another one, but we do get this objective. So we'll get that, flip that one over. That's the only objective we'll get this game, but that's okay. So we've used that. We've got a road here, but I don't think a road helps a ton at this point. And we've got 2 DNA, which could be good. We could attach a road here for kicks and giggles. Roads don't give us any extra at the end of the game. So that is our attractions. Our security chief is going to give us 1 more of those. Our tour guide gives us 2 more roads. So actually, that being the case, we can do a connection there that will help our help our tour. And we have, he gives us 1 excitement for every merchandise we have. We have 4. He gives us 1 for every ride, but we don't have any rides, so we're not going to worry about him. It's just 3 points at the end of the game. And then we're going to ride our park. Well, I'm going to go through the Ankylosaurus bin. That's going to give us 1 excitement. And then we're going to go through this building we haven't been through. That's 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 excitement. Plus, we're going out the 10 exit. I made it, which is nice. The only one I made it out of, unfortunately. And then we're going to run here, and we're going to get basic DNA, a coin. Now, we could... I don't think I'm going to get enough coins, but we can just shoot for the security hub anyway. We'll get a security. We'll get another basic DNA. We'll get... In fact, I'm going to take... That's not the DNA I want. I was going to switch that out. We get another coin. We get another security, an advanced DNA, a coin, a security, a advanced DNA, another coin, it's very close, security, another coin. Dude, that is so close. I have this coin here I could use. I'm like 1 coin away from getting that security hub, which would have been worth 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Wait, no, I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 points. Whew, 11 points actually, because I would have gotten 3 right away. Man, that was close. I probably should have recalculated that a little bit. No threat. We don't have to worry about that. So now we can just do final score. And for every herbivore we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. That's 12 points. We did not get any of those. We have 2 Spinosaurus, so 10. These what do you call them? Specialists. We got 3, 6, 9, 12 points from them. Buildings, we got just the ring toss for 3. We got out that 1 exit. Our excitement is at 14. For points, we got nothing over 61. Every 2 DNA is worth a point that we didn't spend. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 points for that. No losses at all the whole game. And we had the bonus card, which is another 3. Didn't get counted on there. And then our total is going to be 24, 34, 44, 5, 6, 7, 8, 58, 6, 61, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 69. So actually it wasn't my worst score. It was 69, which 69 in this thing, I think it's like not bad. Not bad. It's right. I just 1 point short of you're getting the hang of this. So had we gotten this security hub, that would have been a pretty good get for the game. But that is Dinosaur Island Rawr and Write. It's got enough crunchiness. This is pretty fun to pull out, and it has some variability to it. Kind of a filler game, to be honest. It might be slightly longer than a filler game. The other thing I forgot to show is on the back of these sheets, there is you can just turn it over, and then there you go. You got another, they're printed on both sides, which is fantastic. But that is it's not the most engaging game for me. As far as draw, do I want to get this out and play it? I think sometimes I will. I think of it more as a filler game, and this would be an easy one to get out and teach to a group that was interested in playing. Something that we wanted to take maybe 45 minutes on if we have to do the teach. But if they've played it before, you could probably get through this game in about 30 minutes. When I edit out the distractions on the video here, we'll see what I get. It is crunchy enough. Like, there's some pretty tough decision making, and it's got some tightness to it because you only have 3 rounds. You basically get to draft dice 6 times, and that's it, and you're done. And you can kind of see that it wasn't always, you got to work with what you get. And there is a little bit of R&D. That is probably one of the things that I don't find as fun in this game. I'm really glad that they didn't have. There's a variant you can play where when the AI takes a space, it's blocked. You can't use that space. I don't like that variant because I think that would make this more R&D and less helpful. And I think at least being able to take the threat, you can kind of mitigate your rolls that way. But even so, like, I feel like in the previous games, I often got more of the attractions rolled and had the option to take them and was doing other things and chose not to. But this game, I went with objectives that used attractions, and I just couldn't. I mean, I think I got 1 maybe on a roll. The ones that did get rolled got taken by the AI, so it was just, there was not a lot of options beyond if I had just built the attractions, but I don't think that would have given me the income and the excitement that I needed for my park overall to, this wasn't worth as many victory points as getting dinosaurs or getting, trying to build some of those buildings and get my security up. So there's some tough decision making. I mean, if you were to go back and rewatch this video, you might see some like, oh, if you had done this, then that would have made a difference. And I'm sure I did not play this one, perfectly. It's kind of get your highest score. That's sort of the goal here. And to some degree, I think the ability to get a high score is often going to be, it might be a little bit like Wingspan. It's going to depend on what's drawn, what's rolled, and then and from that I can make the most of it, but it may not be the best. There might be a cap on the amount of options I'm going to have in any case. So that's Dinosaur Island Rawr and Write. I hope you enjoyed it. If you've played this game, let me know what you think and how it compares with others. I don't think it's a super heavy one. It's definitely not going to be, like a Hadrian's Wall or anything like that. But it feels fairly comparable to something like 12 Dice. And I don't know. I don't play a lot of roll and writes, so I can't say. I don't have a huge repertoire of that game type to compare it to. I can only kind of compare it to other games that I've played in general. But fun. I'd probably say it's going to rank around an 8 or maybe a 7 for me. I'll have to run it through my solo metric and see where it falls and go from there. But thanks for joining me at Unraveled Game Thoughts today, and have a great rest of your week.